today is your last day
Yep.
on this programme. You've been on our screens a lot.
Yeah.
Because, of course, you had this remarkable two-part documentary where you went into care home and into people's homes to look at the work of unpaid carers. And those unpaid carers are under so much pressure right now. But somebody has been delving into your background, haven't they? Because at the end of this month, you are in the final of this year's series of Who Do You Think You Are?
I am.
So who do you think you are, Ed
Well,
Balls?
I thought I was from Norfolk farming stock. We'd been agricultural labourers for years.
You'll be pleased to know that your ancestor William did work on HMS Victory.
Right, good.
But it wasn't until 1826.
Right.
So 20 years or so after Nelson died at the Battle of Trafalgar.
Right, right. So I was imagining him down on the deck below, dealing with, the heat and the noise of battle, sawing off limbs, Nelson stricken on the ship, being tended by my 3 times great-grandfather.
No, I'm afraid not.
That's OK, that's OK.
But still a noble history.
He was an assistant surgeon on HMS Victory. He actually fought in the Napoleonic Wars.
Wow.
And back then, being a surgeon wasn't like today in a white coat. It basically was the same as the carpenter. You arrived with your bag of tools, he sawed things off, loads and loads of syphilis and gonorrhea.
Not much painkiller?
No painkiller. No, I mean,
Ouch.
That programme is such a roller coaster.
Yeah.
It's so draining, but amazing programme. They reveal so much about our country, our history, all of this. It's amazing.
Yeah, looking forward to seeing that. Also, just want to talk to the viewers about something that you raised this morning, and you've been open about it.
Yeah.
And that is that you said to me this morning, the Ed Balls of 12 years ago would not believe that you could do what you do now. And that's not the Ed Balls who was a politician and an MP, couldn't believe that you could be the journalist,
Well, that is kind of true.
A television programme. There's something sort of much more personal.
Yeah.
And I think it's very inspiring, especially for any children out there who might be struggling with a stammer.
Yep.
Because it was only in your recent history that you actually managed to acknowledge and deal with the stammer that you have.
I didn't find out it was a stammer until I was already in the cabinet. My dad had said to me when I got selected as an MP, he heard me on the radio and he said, I don't know what it is, but you've got the same as me. I think it will stop you ever getting on because it'll be so hard. And in the cabinet, I couldn't do autocue. I could never read a speech. I had to do everything off the cuff. I would learn my speeches and then do them as if off the cuff. But in fact, I knew what I was saying.
Right.
In questions in the Commons, we had to read out the precise words. It was a nightmare. And they said to me, until you are public about it, it will never get better. I didn't do that until 2009. And since then, it takes the pressure away. Sometimes it goes wrong, but, that's fine. I mean, we all are a little bit influent in our speaking in normal life. And but the idea that I could be on Good Morning Britain, looking at the screen, reading the autocue, getting through a morning like this with all this noise in my ear. I mean, 12 years ago, I would be a meltdown. And actually today, loving it.
You're just doing such a terrific job. And I do think, and I know that you think it's really important as well, just to encourage anyone watching who thinks, what is this thing I'm struggling with and how can I get the confidence to speak? And
Gareth Gates, the singer.
Yeah.
The King, King George VI.
Yeah.
Ed Sheeran. They've all got stammers. And you have to just accept it's not something you catch. It never goes away. No. It's part of who you are. If you own it and just say, this is who I am, and take it or leave it, and have a go, then, it's amazing what you can do. I stammer all the time. I will stammer for 2.5 hours through the show, and everybody will say afterwards, most people will say, didn't notice anything. No. But you ride with it and roll through it and just think, it's fine, it's just me.
Terrific, and I'm so glad you're open about it because I think it really helps.
It's the only way to deal with it.
People.
I mean, anybody who's covering it up, there are so many people who push these things underneath. And so many kids who think, I can't do it because it would be too hard. And the truth is, being open and owning it, that's how you deal with life. Absolutely. And I hope that there are lots of young people who'll think, if I want to be in the cabinet, go for it.
Well, Ed, I'll be playing this bit back to my son. Really? I'm going to go back, find it on the Hub, this programme, and I'm going to go back and just play what you said to him. I think it's brilliant.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Does because
he doesn't like speaking out loud at all. You know, in like reading out loud. And for boys, you know, everyone, the pressure is, you know, you've got to read out loud in class and all that. We just had a conversation about it, But I find that so makes me feel quite emotional, really. But I'm really pleased. Thank you for talking about that.
Having the confidence to... We did a video when I was Secretary of State, and it's called Wait, Wait, I've Not Finished Yet. And it's children with stammers telling teachers, don't interrupt me.
Yes.
Don't tell me to hurry. Just give me the confidence to speak and let me be who I am. And actually, every time you say a joke about stammering, or any time you say to somebody, get your words out, any time you say, OK, well, you know, I won't ask you because you're a stammer, you make it worse. But if you just let people be who they are, that's what will give your son the confidence.
Is it unhelpful for a parent asking for a friend to say, just take a breath and start again? Or is that also quite unhelpful? Because I do that a lot. I go, just take a breath and just start again. Well, I'm trying, you know, I'm trying to be helpful, but is that wrong? I
think you just kind of have to wait and just say, it's fine. You know, take your time, do it the way you want to do it.
Having a bit of a therapy session with Ed Ball
Any time you put any pressure on, kind of, any time you... Then that makes it harder and it tightens up. And so it's just about calm.
OK. Thank you.
And being yourself. It's your son. It's who he is.
Yeah. Thank you.